Welcome.
Welcome to what, buddy? What is this? What are we doing? Welcome to Smoking the Snobby. God. All right. Very excited today. Very excited, Alan. And I'll tell you why.
Welcome.
What?
Welcome.
Here's why I'm excited, and here's why, Mr. Snobby over here is not so much excited. It was my turn to pick the movie, and I picked a doozy. One that I thoroughly enjoyed. I watched it with my wife. I was thoroughly entertained. There was action. There was love. There was nonstop fun. Tons of cameos. I really enjoyed it. The movie Ghosted. We watched it on, what was it? Apple TV Plus?
Yeah, Apple TV Plus, yeah.
So, like I said, I picked the movie. I thought, why not? I like action movies. I like rom-coms. This combines it all. And I can't tell you how fun it was to watch with my son, who was bouncing off the walls the whole time. He was so unfazed and unamused by it all. I think it was equally as entertaining as the movie itself. So here we are talking about Ghosted. And I bet people are wondering, why Ghosted?
Yeah, I don't know why either.
You don't know why either?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me tell you. Let me explain it. Let me take you down the road that I like to go on, and that is your classic damsel in distress movie that has been reimagined and role reversed. I think it was great. I love the fact that this movie has Chris Evans in it and Ana de Armas, who've, played in other movies, and they act well together. And on top of it, this time around, this classic damsel in distress type movie, the guy is the damsel in distress. He's the overly sensitive one.
Yeah, but if you just do that, that won't really change much of the story because they basically act the exact same way.
The formula doesn't need to change. The roles changed. The classic roles changed. And it was entertaining.
Yeah, but that doesn't make the movie good. I think Chris Evans' character was honestly annoying and he was unlikable, and it was far worse than I remembered him being. At times, he was really annoying, especially in the scene where he's like, I'm a farmer!
Yeah, I don't think he was that great of a farmer, but he was definitely sappy, which that's his character. That's the whole point. He is not anything like the person he's interested in. And the whole movie, spoiler alert, right? This movie, when did this movie come out?
2 years ago, 2023.
2023. Yeah, so it's a relatively recent movie. It went straight to streaming. I don't know what that means. Does it mean back in my day, there was movies that went straight to VHS and then straight to DVD. Never made it in theaters. But I don't know what the world is like now with movies. This looked like a big budget film, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty big budget, I think.
So big budget.
$200 million.
How much?
I think it was $200 million. I could be wrong, but...
All right. My opinion's changing slightly because not enough things blew up for $200 million, in my opinion.
Yeah, that doesn't make a movie good with having explosions in it.
It doesn't make it bad.
No.
It makes it... Look, when you run out of things to say, you blow something up. That's my theory. If I was a director...
Yeah, but not every action film needs to be that way.
I'm not registering what you're saying. Say it again. What'd you say?
Not every action film needs to have constant amount of explosions.
I don't understand. You're speaking a different language to me. I don't understand why if it's an action movie, things need to blow up. Things need to blow up. Okay, maybe not every scene, right? Maybe not Michael Bay style, but when it matters, something should blow up. Either somebody's getting their face punched in or something should blow up. Don't get me wrong. I do like a good action movie with, cool cliches and people getting their butts kicked. People got their butts kicked in this movie and things blew up. And there's a lot of cars getting into accidents. Car chases, bike chases.
The worst part about the action scenes in the movie is that they were very boringly directed and staged. And it was really not, it was just the editing itself was a mess and it just was not great.
I don't know. I think a lot of people on the internet agree with what Aden's saying, and there's way less people that agree with what I'm saying. I think this movie is the perfect encapsulation of what cinema should be. Entertaining, under 2.5 hours, gets straight to the point, tells us exactly what's going on when it's going on. So first reaction. What was your first reaction to this movie?
I thought it was terrible.
Did you go in thinking it was going to be terrible? Or did you go in with an open mind?
I kind of was trying to go in for an open mind because I thought the movie was fine. And then the next day, I just forgot about it.
Oh, my kid. It breaks my heart. So much heartbreak. But here we are. I don't know what to say to that. My first reaction was, wow, what a cute movie. What a great meet cute. It goes right into it, right? There is no build up. We don't see, I feel bad, right? Because I'm talking this movie up. I don't remember any of the characters' names. And I don't remember the characters' names. I just remember the actors' names. So Chris Evans is upset. He's not really upset. He's sulky. So they're like, oh, you know, the opening scene is her driving down a road, and then, you know, her therapist going, what did the therapist say? Don't do anything crazy.
I think that's
Something
what it
like
was.
that? Yeah.
I forgot.
And she goes and hooks up with Chris Evans, who, by the way, is his character is a little kooky, a little too much of a hopeless romantic, in my opinion. That's the way I see it.
He's annoying, but he's kind of creepy at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's the point. And you'll see that carry out throughout the whole movie. So, you know, if you hear Auden talking about stuff, about the, you know, the artistic aspect of it, or the pacing, or the plot lines and themes.
I'm not looking at a film like that, but it has to have, you know, good chemistry and decent enough plot.
Here we go.
Actually,
Here we
fun
go.
characters to be engaged
Here
with.
we go. They had good chemistry.
Not really.
You didn't see it?
I mean, the moment when Chris Evans found out Ana de Armas was a spy, they barely had any chemistry, and it was just all arguments, and it never felt like it was built their relationship naturally, and it kind of just felt like it was it's like, just like constantly switching up the relationship. One moment they actually like each other, second moment they don't.
Yeah, it's like Ross and Rachel. Will they, won't they?
Yeah, but it's not.
Will they, won't they?
Yeah, can they just build naturally instead of just...
Will they, won't they?
Yeah, but can just relationships just build naturally instead of just like this, like, will they, won't they? I always hate that trope.
Really?
In movies and especially TV shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the will they, won't they. I like all of those tropes. I like all the cliches. I love it all. And here's what I think is pretty funny, and an observation I made when I watched this movie is he's just your average Joe. He's not, you know, he's kind of a nobody.
Yeah,
you know
but the
what I
thing
mean?
is, he's not interesting though.
No,
compared to like John McClane in Die Hard, where he's an actually interesting character and you actually are invested in him as a character.
But he's not John McClane in this movie. Ana de Armas is John McClane in this movie.
Yeah, but he's in the action scenes.
John McClane. He is John McClane's wife in this movie. You get it? And she's nobody too. She was kind of a tough lady in that movie, right?
That's the point.
Yeah, she was kind of a badass. The will they, won't they part was kind of funny to me because, like I said, he's this average Joe. He doesn't know how to kill. He doesn't know how to do anything. He gets thrust into this world with her because she's some sort of an agent. And I guess spoiler alerts again, by the way. I don't know if you haven't seen this movie, but he gets thrust into this world. He's now considered the spy everybody's after, right? He's got he's got zero experience with anything, any of this stuff. They go through a bunch of action scenes where they kill people. He ends up killing people. He's never killed anybody in his life. They gloss over the trauma and the psychological aspect of him murdering somebody. All we get is, I just killed somebody. I don't know how I feel about that. And then they make out. Remember that? Then they start connecting based on their homicidal tendencies. It was hilarious. So was there any scenes that you liked?
Any scenes I like? Honestly, not much. I guess the only scenes I think are fine is like Tim Blake Nelson's cameo in it, which is pretty fun. I usually like Tim Blake Nelson in a lot of things he's in.
Who's that guy?
Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
That guy.
Or the guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh yeah, that guy. I like that actor.
Yeah, I like him too. And
yeah.
He was pretty funny in it, although I feel like, again, that scene just dragged on way too long.
Yeah, he played a Russian in it, right?
Yeah, it was like a
Terrible.
Russian scientist.
I think he dropped the accent once in a while.
Honestly, the accent was fine.
I heard him drop the accent.
Honestly, I felt that more with Adrian Brody's character.
Was he supposed to be in that movie?
He was like Russian.
No, I don't think he was Russian.
Adrian Brody, yeah.
No, I think he was French. He was
French.
I love it. Yeah, his accent was supposed to be French, but I didn't thought it was Russian.
Yeah, it sounded Russian to me. The thing is about Adrian Brody's character is that I think he's a really terrible villain in that movie. He barely had like any screen time, and also too, his motivations were just so generic and just so one-dimensional.
I'll agree with you there. The villain in the movie, a movie is as good as its writing, right? That's what I hear. That's what I hear people say. And I think his character could have been scarier. It almost feels like he couldn't do much else with the role. He was kind of a lazy villain.
Yeah, he's not really in the movie that much.
Yeah, but again, the movie's full of cliches.
And we never really see what his motivation was behind the Aztec, as it's called, the plot device of the Aztec.
I have a lot of thoughts about the Aztec. I mean, I don't know if they did it on purpose. That's the whole point. I don't know if they were making a serious movie.
Yeah,
So
I know it's not supposed to be. But
I wonder if they were making a fun movie to watch and they inserted as many cliches as they can for people like me to laugh at it and enjoy it, and for people like you to go, oh my God, I can't believe this is so formulaic, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think the action set pieces can be creative if they're actually, well directed and well shot and edited.
You don't think some of those action scenes were awesome?
Not really, and I think the reason why is just because of how dull the way the movie's directed.
The bus scene where she drives like 10 miles in reverse?
It felt like a worse version of a Raiders of the Lost Ark action set piece where Indiana Jones is trying to get into the truck.
Always referencing some Indiana Jones movie. How's this compare? No. Indiana Jones, the driving scenes in Indiana Jones were just people fist fighting on a Jeep. Yeah, we're going to hear a lot of Indiana Jones references on this podcast because it's Aden's favorite action movie, apparently.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, okay. Indiana Jones, Ghosted.
No, not really.
And then Action Jackson. Ever see the movie Action Jackson?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
With Carl Weathers?
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Action Jackson. What was the scene where you're like, oh, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this movie.
It was honestly the cameos.
I can't.
When they were at the Pakistan town. Like, the joke wasn't that funny. It was just mainly, hey, isn't it funny that all these guys are in this movie? And that's it. And it just dragged on for way too long. That didn't really progress in the plot.
Right.
It really didn't add anything.
I loved that whole sequence because it was pure comedic gold to me. It wasn't trying to be an action movie in that sequence. It was trying to be a comedy, like a slapstick comedy, in my opinion.
It didn't work for me.
Ugh. You're not working for me today. I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because you're my son and I love you, but I also want nothing to do with. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, my worst scene, funny enough, is another cameo. One I didn't like was that scene at the end.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, him just showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and saying, "Give me a second chance." The timing of that was weird.
Yeah, it kind of was weird.
Yeah. You know when you see like a train wreck and you can't help but stop watching it? That's what that 35 seconds of interaction between Ryan Seacrest, nope, what's his name?
Ryan
Reynolds interacting with her. And if you watch the movie, there's a reference to a one-eyed guy or somebody, she pokes somebody's guy's eye out, and that's who Ryan Reynolds is kind of at the end. To me, that was the cringiest moment of the movie. Aden, were there any cringy moments for you? You've already said the sequence with all the cameos, right? All the Avengers.
It was really
dying
Chris Evans' acting in the movie, especially in the second act, is where he really became so annoying.
Really?
To me, yeah.
I thought he came together at the end.
I don't know. It felt rushed to me in terms of his arc.
Tearing down Captain America. That's crazy. I thought he did well.
I think the chemistry between Chris Evans and Ana de Armas is passable. I think there are good moments with them.
Yeah.
And some moments I just don't care for. And at times it doesn't feel like they had any chemistry, especially when, they're trying to escape and then Ana de Armas is barely even having a conversation with him.
I mean, it's building up tension. That's the whole point of it. It's building up tension between them. She's torn between, you've ruined my mission and I love you. And the valley between those two is huge. They close that valley by the end of the movie. It's touching. It's a love story.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel natural at all.
In the end, the girl gets
at the climax of the movie, it just instantly resolves all their issues at the end.
That's right.
And it doesn't feel natural at all.
That's right.
It feels so weird.
We don't need to go. It said at the end, 3 months later. See, that's the perfect movie. I don't need another hour of footage explaining what happens between that 3 months. All I know is the end of the movie, they're still together. They're having date nights. And they're going on missions.
What doesn't help is that both of those characters aren't really interesting on their own. I'm not expecting a character to have depth or anything like that, but at least something to at least be engaged by. They mentioned earlier on in the movie that Chris Evans had this divorce.
No, he
Like,
broke up with his girlfriend. Yeah, yeah.
And like, I wish they could have explored that a little bit more. And it's
Yeah, he did not seem sad about it at all. I felt like they were trying to get him to. He wasn't sad about it at all, and he got over her very quickly because 2 minutes later he's hitting on Anna de Armas. He said it was mutual though, so who knows? The whole theme of keep watering the plant and all that stuff, I thought that was great. I thought it was,
the worst part about it is that it conveys that theme in such a like obvious and like on the nose way, and it reminds you so many times without actually allowing the audience to understand themselves.
Yeah, it leaves nothing to interpretation, which I like.
Yeah, but it's constantly like reminding you of it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
like, can we just build up our own interpretation of what it is instead of just telling us?
Oh, like Pulp Fiction, where use your imagination, the Jackson Pollock of movies. No, some movies shouldn't be that way. A lot of movies shouldn't be that way. You know why? Maybe at your age, it needs to be a little more thought-provoking. And I think when I was your age, I wanted it to be that way too. But now at my age, I just want it to be
Entertaining.
I want it to be spoon-fed to me. I want it to be spoon-fed to me. You know what I mean? But
it's called visual storytelling.
I know.
And I think the movie should have conveyed that a whole lot better. And it's this constant like motif of the cactus being this like subtext of their relationship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a really good example, but one example is Saul Gone from Better Call Saul.
Yeah, what about that?
There's this constant motif of time machine in the movie. In that episode.
Oh.
And because it doesn't really tell you it's Saul Goodman's overall regrets and wishing to change his overall life in general.
So flashbacks?
Yeah, it shows flashbacks in that episode.
How many? Too many, right? Oh, I'm guaranteeing it's too many. I haven't seen it.
There's a couple.
Yeah. I don't mind 1 or 2 flashbacks, but flashbacks waste my time. Just like she arrived in America on a boat, right? She told that story of how she became a CIA agent. They didn't need to flashback to her on a boat. They didn't need to. We understand from her story, she endured suffering. She went through a lot. Her mom died. She joined the army and she's CIA. Boom, bada bing, bada bing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. We don't need to spend an hour on this, like Oppenheimer, where they send him off. We spend an hour in Europe, him crying in a bed for his mommy. We don't need that. We don't need it. That's what I say anyway. I don't need the extra fluff. Make a whole movie about it. That I don't mind, right?
Yeah.
Like the Marvel movies, right? They made a whole movie about Thor. Perfect. Make a movie about it. Don't add an extra hour to the Avengers and talking about Thor's love life from 2,000 years ago. This movie doesn't do any of that. It is no frills. There is no need to think. It doesn't captivate. It captivated me. It did not captivate him.
No,
right?
It really didn't.
And then, you know how there's like, I call it the pugometer. Something that can be, something that's so bad makes its way back to being good, right? Like a pug. Pugs are, and this might be controversial, pugs are ugly dogs, but they're so ugly that they come back to being freaking adorable. You just make a 360 all the way around and come back. Do you consider this movie so bad that it's good, or you just think it's not something for you?
Something that's not for me. And that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. I don't understand it. I'll never understand you. When you see something fun and enjoyable to watch, you can just appreciate it for what it is. And that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, that's what I try doing with most action films I try watching.
Yeah.
I try to just look at what a film really sets out to accomplish. And for me, it didn't really work for me that much.
So none of the characters stood out to you.
No, not at all.
Really?
No. I guess the closest characters I think are fine is like Amy Sedaris, but even then, she's not really in the movie much. And Chris Evans' family is
I love
fine.
Amy Sedaris. I think she's hilarious.
I think she's hilarious.
The sister
too.
was funny too.
She was fine.
Yeah. The dad was just there. He kept talking about wrestling. Who else? Who else was in it? Everybody was in it. There was a lot of people in it.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in it, and I don't really remember much of the characters, much of the supporting characters.
Oh, the guy from Luke Cage was in it. He's cool.
He was fine.
The villain. He was the villain in Luke Cage.
Was he?
Yeah.
I've never seen the show, so I can't.
You never seen Luke Cage? You got to watch Luke Cage. Luke Cage was awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of, my thoughts on it. I enjoyed it. And guess what? The last movie we reviewed, we talked a little bit about why they didn't show us the tomahawk steak in the suitcase. Guess what? In this movie, they showed us what's in the suitcase. It's not open to interpretation. See? How hard was it on it? Was it that hard? It wasn't that hard. Open the suitcase, then pan the camera to the suitcase, and it was this cool little, I don't know what it was, but apparently it would blow up the world. And that's it. I don't have to worry about what's in the briefcase, because everybody wanted this briefcase. Millions and millions of dollars are being spent, and hundreds of people are being killed to get to this suitcase, right? Show me what's in it. And they did. And it was so satisfying. Yeah, see?
I prefer the way Pulp Fiction does it.
I prefer the way Pulp Fiction does it.
It adds this kind of mystery to it.
That's one bad way to do it. And then there's the right way to do it. Ghosted. Well, remember that? Remember the restaurant in the final scene?
Yeah.
We were supposed to go there for dinner. Remember? We were talking about it yesterday. We were supposed to go there for dinner on Thanksgiving in Atlanta. The website did not. It looked like an old country buffet on their website. But in the movie, it was like this hip, cool place to be. I thought it was a fun movie for the whole family, maybe except for the love scene. I thought it's a perfect date night movie. Grab some pizza with your girlfriend, your wife. Watch it.
Watch better movies with your girlfriend. Just watch better rom-coms.
I don't know. If you do not like rom-coms, but you like action movies, and if your partner likes rom-coms, but not action movies, this is the perfect blend. It's the perfect blend.
I guess, but there's so much better films that do this. Like, just watch Romancing the Stone. I mean, I've never seen it before, but I'm sure that movie's better, right?
It's the same movie, but in the jungle. It's the same movie.
Well, I guess I'll be the...
Which is great. Here's the thing. At the end of these episodes, we talk about what we rate the movie and how we rate it. I gave this movie. Are you ready?
Yeah,
drum roll. 8 Smokies. Here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. Under 2.5 hours. Gets straight to the point. Does not lie to us. Does not make us wonder what's going to happen next. We know the premise of the movie, and we know what the entire time what's going to happen. And I appreciate that, especially when I'm not interested in thinking. And like I said, the movies are an escape, and this movie helped me escape reality a little bit. So there you have it, folks. 8 Smokies. I loved it.
Well, in terms of my rating for the movie, it gets 3 Smokies out of 10.
Yeah, because Aden's complex mental gymnastics has to do it.
It's just not a good movie. I'm gonna forget this the next day.
Okay, agree to disagree. Agree to disagree, Aden.
All right.
All right. Well, there you have it. It's a quick one. We got through the movie. Like I said, I enjoyed it. He kind enough and gracious enough to watch it from beginning to end. Made me pause it when he had to get up, which is, very respectful of the filmmakers. So catch us on the next episode. We'll see what we're reviewing next. So, some of these movies are, sometimes one of us will like them. Sometimes we'll both like them. Sometimes we both may not like them. And then we might have some special guests. So Stay tuned, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.